thank you. Thank you for having us. I feel very lucky to represent CSU-Pueblo, and I'm really glad O'Boyle's not here to have a bench-off competition. You know, I don't think he put us all to shame on that. Sorry to hear about what's going on at Chadron. Feel very lucky that I want to, you know, a lot of guys work for a lot of different guys, and I'm very lucky to work with AD. That's a coach that really understands what's going on. And couldn't ask to work for a better guy than Joe Folden. Really appreciate what he's taught me in trying to manage a program, try to do things. He's a coach, administrator, and it's really meant a lot to have his relationship and what he's taught me. I brought really 3 players here that I think has started this with me 4 years ago. We have 27 kids still on that roster from 4 years when we started that, and that's Jesse Lewis. He's a running back. He had the highest average per carry per any Division II program. Lee Meisner finished 6th in the country in tackles. And then we have Josh Mack, who was a redshirt last year, going into senior years, and feel very lucky to have those guys, a pillar of strength of what we're trying to represent. Daryl, I don't want you guys to go because I really enjoy playing against you and your staff and what you do, and that's in all sincerity, because I think you guys play the game the right way and you coach the way it's supposed to, and it's quite an honor to be able to compete with you guys. I'm sorry to see you guys go. And then, you know, Coach Stitt and you guys at Colorado Springs Mines, you guys have done a great job, and obviously it's going to be fun having a chance to play you guys on national TV. It's going to be a great crowd, and hopefully we can represent the RMAC and give us a lot of national recognition. I think it's kind of cool. There's 155 some Division II teams, and they picked 8 teams to or 16 teams, 8 games on national TV, and we get to have it to represent Colorado football, and I think that's really quite an honor, and I think it speaks highly of what we're doing at Division II. I want to talk about our season and what we're trying to accomplish, but in all reality, our schedule is that we play 3 national playoff teams. We start out with West Texas A&M Thursday night down in Canyon, Texas. Boy, those guys are fast, they're very talented. Our eyes going to be open real quick. And then we come back with Northwest Oklahoma. They were a national qualifier in the NAI level, and they are very talented. They have a lot of guys, and we're also playing Colorado School of Mines. I think this year, from top to bottom, this league's going to be awesome. I think you got to bring your A game every week to have a chance to even compete at the next level. And so I really think that what we're going through is our theme is a little bit of a mature team. We've got guys who played a lot of football. We're a more mature team than we have in the past. We've got a lot of depth than we have, a lot of competition. As coaches know, competition is your best coach, and it's going to push a lot of guys, and so we feel very lucky to have that. We have 9 starters back in offense. We lost a couple guys as wide receivers, but I'm really excited about some of the young guns that we have coming in, and true freshmen that I think going to be a factor in this league. Guys like Paul Brown, and DeAndre Cooper, and Marcel Williamson's coming back from a redshirt year, and then a guy named Josh Sandoval who's a steady Eddie. And then we finally got a quarterback that's coming back after all these years that we've had. This is a returning quarterback. And then we also got some depth at that position that's going to be able to help us work through any injury situation. We're going to be pretty talented at our running backs with Jamal and Jesse. Our fullback is a guy that nickname is the Beast, so that's the kind of guy you want at the fullback spot. And hopefully he'll be able to perform. He just very lucky. He just got in a bad car wreck on Friday night driving home, and you look at the car and realize that he's a fullback, being able to walk away with it without having a scratch on him. So we feel very lucky that he's healthy and going to be able to come out and play with us. Our offensive line, coached by Chris Simonton, has done an absolutely great job. We got all 5 guys returning. We got more depth than we have. We moved Drew Swartz, who was at our split tackle, moved him down to split guard. Then we moved our split guard out to split tackle, more body type. Is Taylor Kelly. He's up to about 275. And we still have this center, you guys all know, that's about 5'9", about 235. And he'll play from the snap to the whistle. And we're really excited about what he's done. On defensively, we got 8 starters back. I'm concerned about trying to our 2 corner spots. We lost some veteran guys there, and Chris Brown and Grant Crunkleton, but we got some young freshman kids that are competing. I think Stephen Dickens is going to be able to compete at a high level there. We got Mark Sterling that has played a lot of reps. Then we got a young freshman kid out of Florida, a redshirt freshman named C.J. Roberts that has the talent, and we're trying to get some maturity. Our defensive line is, I think, going to be part of our strength. We got Grant Jansen, who was 3 years ago was freshman conference player of the year. Corey Orth, who's a transfer from Utah State, and Josh Mack and Justin Herrera. With those guys coming back, I think we got a chance to be pretty stout there. And then our linebacker crew, I think we got some 4 guys that can flat out run, get to the ball. A guy named Belding Nasecki, Jason Campbell, and also Lee Meisner and Damon Shealy. So I think the other part of our core is, I think, the character of your team is really through your special teams. And I think with all our depth, being able to do that, I think our special teams are going to have to be able to be outstanding to be able to have a chance to compete in this league. And our kicker is Kyle Major. He's kicked all 3 years in a row, and he's gone to a couple camps, and really excited to see his productivity his senior year. Our punters, Brandon Cleason, had a nice average per punt. Net punting is what we look at, was in the top 10 in the country. And then, like Bob talked about, is our long snapper, who's taken every long snap in CSU-Pueblo's history right now, and we're going to have a hard time replacing him. That's Joe Campton. And I'm glad you guys don't know him, because he hasn't had a bad snap yet. So let's hopefully that takes place. So feel very, very lucky, again, very humble. I think we do have a mature team. We're looking forward to go competing with the best people in the country and see where our standard is after 3 years. Any questions?
Yeah, Coach, this question comes from Garrett on Facebook. Do you anticipate passing the ball more this year with a veteran quarterback returning, or do you expect to continue running the ball more with Jesse Lewis and Jamal Johnson?
Well, if the pass game's working, we're going to throw it. If the run game's running, we're going to do it. No, we're going to try to be, I think every coach stands up here and says, what's your percentage, what you're going to look at. I think ideally we can get 50-50. I think our productivity is going to be very good.
Coach, you had a longtime assistant, since you started up, Tom Miller, retired this year. What does that do to your coaching staff?
I really appreciate Tom taking on the challenge of trying to develop a program from scratch. He had a lot of great insight about how to do things. Tom has gone to work for Gilman Sleds, and he brought a challenge to defensive line and our special teams. Hired a young guy named Paul Creighton, who was at University of Colorado, kid I coached and recruited there. And then me and Tom did the special teams. So now I got to look at myself as special teams coach right now and try to get things done that way. So I have no one to yell at special teams myself, so that's kind of what it does.
Entering your 4th season here at CSU-Pueblo, did you expect to be picked 2nd in the league at this point?
I don't know whether I expected to be 2nd or not at this point. I think I want to be 1st at the end of the year. I think that's important to me. I think that everybody coach standing out here has high expectations standing right here. And if they didn't, standing out here and tell you where they expect to be, is kind of exciting. I mean, after 3 years, yeah, I'm excited about our progress. I'm excited about what we've done. We're close, but when you're this close, you're that far away. So we got to close that gap.